I really have come into this conversation academically, professionally, through the lens of how can someone best control their insulin. And that's what got me looking into and scrutinizing low-carb diets as a legitimate intervention in what I still now consider, or what I now consider to be the most effective way, calorie for calorie, to control insulin. Lower the carbohydrate. And it is so rational. Right. And so my perspective, my paradigm had been, how can insulin stay as low as possible? And then I was seeing, while I was starting to look through the human clinical data, studies that would refer to ketogenic diets. In classic academic settings, ketones are more than just quote unquote metabolic garbage. They're looked at overtly harmful molecules that should be avoided at all costs. I mean, what a tragedy, especially when we look at it in the context of diseases of Alzheimer's or overt or genuine instances of glucose hypometabolism, when we know that in Alzheimer's disease, the brain cannot use glucose as well. The brains, dementia brains, have a compromised ability to use glucose. And we know this in human studies looking at glucose tracking to the brain, radio imaging. Ketogenesis is an indicator of controlled insulin. And that was my initial appreciation. I thought, all right, if someone's in ketosis, it simply means their insulin is low, and that's a good thing. So even then, firstly, I was looking at ketones as no more than an inverse indicator of what insulin was, because if insulin is low, ketones are elevated. So the ketones improving heart contractility, ketones reducing oxidative stress in neurons, improve or reduce the oxidative stress from muscle cells and enhance muscle cell survivability. So they're more kind of rigorous, if you will. The way ketones affect mitochondrial function in fat cells, and that's kind of the browning of the fat. I think the vast majority of the metabolic benefit that comes from a low-carb diet is that insulin is controlled. The 80% of the benefit of low carb is from insulin control. And the ketones provide that next 20%. Now, mind you, the more I'm learning about different molecules you're eating from high starch foods, there could be other factors, oxalates, for example. And to me, it is mostly controlling insulin.